Hey, what's up, guys? Mordruk666 here, and today I'll be reviewing the new Blasphemous DLC, The Stir of Dawn. If you're not familiar with Blasphemous, it's an extremely metal Metroidvania game that came out in 2019. With an incredibly original pixel art design and sweeping soundtrack, it's one of the best in the genre since Hollow Knight. Extreme being the key word here. Everything this game does is extreme. The violence, the strangeness, and most notably, the difficulty. With all of these aspects culminating into a phenomenal action game. In the new DLC update, The Stir of Dawn, Blasphemous doesn't just add a new area or boss and let you continue where you left off. Oh no! If you want to experience the new content, you must start a new game plus. So you'll have to fully beat the game once before you can even access the new content. New Game Plus is brand new as well, and amps up the difficulty even more this time around. While most of your items will carry over from your original save, your maxed out sword will simply do less damage throughout the entire playthrough and cannot be upgraded. Expect enemies and bosses to be twice as difficult, or at least take twice as long to vanquish. There's also a new penitence system in Game Plus. At the beginning of the playthrough, you'll be given the opportunity to choose one of 3 optional penitences that make the game even more challenging. I went with the HP one, which changes your HP pool into a set number of hits, giving you less HP than before, but regenerates over time when you heal. This makes the first few hours of the game really difficult, as you start off with only 3 hits before you die. However, in the later half of the game, the notch aspect is beneficial, as damage that would previously deplete half your HP bar now only removes 1 notch. I haven't played much for the other 2 penitence paths yet, but the gist of it is that there is one that recharges your MP over time but halves the damage of your sword, and another that causes you to lose your currency on death with 100% guilt. You cannot change your penitence after selecting it early on, but you can continue another New Game Plus and try them out later after completing the current run-through. In addition to these new systems, nearly all of the content has been updated with the new DLC, including artwork, some cutscenes, and some voiceovers. The Game Kitchen clearly spent the past year hard at work improving everything about the game, which is why they want you to experience the DLC with a full replay. I was hesitant to run through the entire game again after beating it several times last year, but there's so much polish and quality of life upgrades that it was honestly more enjoyable than before. Even some of the more obnoxious rooms were nerfed and changed to be far less punishing. The core of the DLC introduces Hybriel, the Horn Dude, and his song is just as creepy as you'd expect.
First, you want to make the bronze sing.
You'll come across him right at the start of the game, and he'll pop up in 4 locations where he awakens a unique boss. There's also this new Benjamin Button dude, Nacimiento, who is apparently aging in reverse with some elder growing out of his stomach. He will take a new item, Quicksilver, and upgrade your flasks to make them more potent. Note that you'll have to sacrifice one flask in the process, but it's worth it. As you play the game, you'll inevitably come across the new bosses, identified by giant glass sarcophagus. These 4 bosses are extremely challenging, especially if you choose a penitence in the beginning. They'll all have their unique weapons and movesets, and are initially encased in some kind of purple glass that must be shattered before they can even be damaged. Once all 4 bosses are defeated, you can then access the Hall of Dawning area, which is now located after the Bridge of 3 Calvaries. This is where you'll face the final boss, Lods, which possesses the moveset of all 4 previous bosses. By the time you reach her, you should be well versed with her different weapons and attacks. But the fight is still more challenging than the others, as prior to switching movesets, she will encase herself in glass that cannot be shattered or interrupted. The resolution is a bit anticlimactic, however, as all that really happens is the horn dude gets a happy ending and disappears. There are no closing cutscenes, and there's nothing that changes about the ending cutscenes, regardless of if you defeat Lods or not. Either way, the gameplay is what's important, and the challenge these bosses add to the game cannot be understated. After enjoying another run through Custodia and seeing all of the attention to detail Game Kitchen added with this update, I give Blasphemous: The Stir of Dawn a 10 out of 10. It's an amazing, albeit very metal and truly bizarre experience that adds to and improves every aspect of the core gameplay, which was previously near perfect. The extra polish this time around now delivers the developer's true intentions, and the game is that much better for it. The Stir of Dawn is a free DLC update to Blasphemous, which is available on all platforms and is currently $24.99 on Steam. What did you think of the Stir of Dawn DLC for Blasphemous? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching. Take it easy!